Well, hello everybody in my keto community, my snowflakes, my turtles, my pickles. If you're new to this channel, just hang in there, watch a few. If you're an older person like me, this could be a good channel for you. We talk about that stubborn stuff that a lot of us face. But with bulletproof coffee, there will always be a way. My name is Sarah, and this channel's name is Pearls of Wisdom with Food. Pearls of Wisdom with Food and Keto. And my carbs have been under 10 last week, and mostly this week under 12. And it sure is a good week, and I am not deprived one single bit. Just saying. So, it's that time of year again. Oh, yes, it is. FOMO. And if you don't know what FOMO is, welcome to Acronym Central. Keto has so many little sayings that, like, it'll take you a while to learn our language. It'll take you a while to adapt. It will take you a while to get into the groove, as Madonna would sing. And I'm waiting for her to say she's on keto. How else would a woman stay that slim that's our age? Yeah. So, and that's not a bad thing. So anyway, getting into the groove of keto requires an awful lot of focus and discipline and either polishing your old habits that you used to have or developing some new ones that keep you accountable to you. I'm accountable to myself. I'm also accountable to all of you, and that keeps me accountable. Funny how that happens. A lot of people that do keto and start their own channels will say the same thing. How can I come to you and say, what? Again? Yeah. So we have to really know that it's not power, but our influence on other people doing keto is something that people that listen to my channel and people that listen to your channel, if you have one, you need to do. You want to be accountable. And so sometimes we have rants, sometimes we have frustrations, sometimes we have places that are kind of dangerous and slippery for us, and all of that is okay. Honesty is the best way. But, I just hope for all of my keto followers that you develop something that works for you, and when you wake up in the morning or you go to bed at night, you know that you're accountable to yourself. And that is the most important thing, because you might have had an awful lot of years where everybody else's needs, everybody else's always came before you, and you ate at it. There's no other way to say it. You ate at all of it. Or another place that's dangerous this time of year is that you got good in the kitchen and you have items that are so important to everybody around you. It's like, oh, you're not going to make that fill in the blank this year? Oh, you're no fun since you went keto. Well, yeah, it might not seem like no fun to you, but I like my lab work. I like sleeping. I like my new sizes, my new wardrobe of clothes that I can wear. I like going and picking out some snazzy, snappy, sexy maybe even, Christmas or holiday type outfit that I couldn't have worn a year ago with a shoehorn getting me into it. Oh, yeah! So anyway, it's that time of year, and we have to be aware of FOMO. And FOMO is fear of missing out. And I got my first comment about the season coming up, and you know who you are. Your initial is M, and you were talking about going to an event where there's a 20-foot dessert table. How many of you have been to events where there's a 20-foot dessert table? Me. And it's not like it's one dessert for, a different dessert for 20 feet. Oh no, it's 20 feet of 2 and 3 desserts, behind the first one, everything fitting, everything wrapped in tinfoil or stretch tight or something, and bars and cookies and desserts and schneedeldurtle or whatever that stuff is. And this is when we need to really be accountable to ourselves and maybe accountable to somebody else. The fear of missing out. I'm telling you, there's not one person, there's not one that has gone into that world of the standard American diet and come back and said, yeah, it was great. I had no problems whatsoever after, the day after, the next day after. I had no food withdrawal. I had no food hangover. I had no change in my tummy. I had no change in the scale. Nobody comes back and does that, except maybe Dr. Berg and his wife Karen. I don't know. They seem to get away with, a lot. They sometimes promote eating some of that stuff, and if you've been strict keto for a while, that you can do it. I don't know many others that do that, though, and I am not going to be one of them. I am not going to dip my toe into the standard American diet this holiday season. And the holiday season starts with Thanksgiving and it ends with Valentine's Day or the Super Bowl, whichever comes first. And there's a lot of temptation. The food producers and lobbyists and industry, and they're all wetting themselves with excitement because here it comes. The sugar industry, they love this time of year because they can get all these people addicted to their CRAP, and you'll gain the weight, and you'll and you'll start a diet January 1st. If you don't know that drill, how did you ever find keto? I just don't know. I mean, who hasn't done that? And then all the surveys and studies will come out that the average American adult gains 7.7 pounds during this season, blah, blah. FOMO, fear of missing out. I will tell you that the fear of missing out is something that you will feel if you partake in the sugar and the carbs. You will partake the fear of missing out in abstinent keto feelings continuing. That's how I want you to look at it, as the fear of missing out, of having one more day to add on to the one day, and maybe you find it worth it. Maybe it's okay for you to do that. It's not okay for me. And so, boring, consistent Sarah will be here practicing her keto. Under 25 on Sunday, under 15, under 10, Monday through Saturday. That's how I roll. The reason it's 25 on Sunday is because I have 8 Brussels sprouts, 6, it sounds like the Christmas song, 6 asparagus, and 4 ounces of cauliflower crumbles with my ribeye or my filet or my prime rib. It's always the same, and it might sound boring to you, but I haven't gotten sick of that meal yet. Coconut oil, butter, drenched on the steak. That's my version of keto, okay? And so as these functions come up for Christmas, for whatever other religion you might practice, for Thanksgiving, getting no thank you formed on the lips is a really good thing to try to do, okay? Just remember that doing it and then coming back and saying you did it doesn't make it okay. You've been so good. If you've been strict with your body and under 20 with your keto and really, really practicing a nice disciplined keto, whether you track or not, whether you weigh or measure or not, you know what's allowed. If you're not tracking and measuring and you're attaining the goals that you want to attain, you know that you're doing it right, right? Somebody was asking me about my ketones and do I measure? No, I'm not having sugar, grains, artificial sweeteners, or diet soda. So I can pretty much know that whatever is going on, I am fat adapted and I'm in ketosis. I have high fat, usually about 100 grams a day. I have moderate protein, about 60 grams a day. And I have low carbs. Some days are under 10, and those are divine. But when I have cauliflower crumbles with my salads, my mixed green salads, then it bumps it up to like 12 or so. And so I am so happy with my food plan. I don't feel deprived at all. I love putting 2 tablespoons of oil on my salad. One is EVU, organic EVU, extra virgin olive oil. The other one is avocado oil. At least tonight it will be. I've also had walnut oil and macadamia nut oil along with the EVU. It's just what works for me. Tonight, because the leftovers of the chuck roast are small, so I'm not having even 4 ounces of that. So I'm treating myself to 2 bacon strips cut up, warmed up a little bit, so the fat is kind of like warm and yummy on the bacon. And I will have that chopped up in my salad with my 2 tablespoons of oil. It doesn't get better than that, with my small portion of chuck roast and 4 ounces of cauliflower crumbles. That's my dinner, and I'm excited. Today will be my picnic lunch once again at the cottage while I paint, and that means 2 hard-boiled, extra large Pete and Jerry eggs, organic, pasture-raised, 1 tablespoon of Trader Joe's sunflower seed spread, which has a half a gram of sugar, no other added sugar. It also has almost 100 grams of that persnickety potassium that we look for everywhere, and 50 grams, count them, 50, of my Good Culture cottage cheese. So I'm having a grand day of food. I just finished, as you saw, my bulletproof coffee. I will have, I bought it, and I have no apologies. I bought Starbucks peppermint mocha ground coffee, and that will be my 2nd cup of coffee. I know it's all chemicals, but, 'tis the season, and I wanted to, okay? I wanted to, just like those of you that go to Starbucks and get the pumpkin lattes. You know it's chemicals, and you're just going to do it. It's just one of those things. So that's what I'm having today. That's what I'm doing today. I'm painting like a good little landlord, and it will be fun. My day... Excuse me, I get all choked up when I'm talking about keto. My day is full. I'm very happy for that. I hope yours is too. FOMO. Practice not seeing it. Practice wanting the FOMO, the fear of missing out, to be how you will feel the day after if you had excursions into the standard American diet. Just know that nothing feels as good as going to bed abstinent with keto, under 20, maybe under 15, maybe under 12, maybe under 10. Maybe you're trying the experiment along with me. A little extra fat, a few less carbs, and guess what? Leaning out, baby. I'm going to go because I'm choking, and I'm sure that's very annoying to all of you. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Keto. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto, under 12 today. Bye-bye for now.